Hey there. Hello, everyone. And this is me in his darkness. Yeah, I don't want to turn on too many lights because my sweetie back here is asleep. How are you this morning? I know it's very early for most of us here in the East Coast. Way late, or still early, way back in the West Coast and in Mountain and Central. So everybody's asleep by now. This should be pretty easy enough to get through. Yeah, right. Anyway, good morning. This is Mikey of Mikey's Use4 channel. Just let you know that we are building up our videos up to a total of 100. And then I think we're going to go on hiatus for a while again. Because I'd like to see videos, I'd like to see those videos get some watch time and see if they can grow, see if they can build. Suzanne and I, we just recently got rid of one of our apps, Klondike, which was a game app on Facebook. We each run our own little games now. As you all know, this coming Sunday, we'll go ahead and be doing our next top time, as well as giving you our top 5 picks in the horror genre, horror movies. So you guys should look forward to that. It should be fun. Yeah, you know about my situation, so I don't even have to go into that anymore. It's a brand new month. It's February 1st. And this month, of course, in 10 days, we've got the Super Bowl number 58 between my San Francisco 49ers versus Kansas City Chiefs. Or in another scenario, it's basically Mikey versus Mom. My mom is a huge fan of Patrick Mahomes, quarterback for the Chiefs. Meantime, I have a number of great players that I enjoy on the 49ers. One of them is George Kittle, who I call the tight end, I call him Kittles and Bits. Then you got Deebo Samuel, who is a great wide receiver and a running back. He does both jobs really well. So we call him Deebo. And then, of course, there's Brandon Ayuk, Aiyuk, the man formerly of ASU. Oh, yeah, baby. Sun Devils represent. Yeah. And the game this year is going to be in Las Vegas. And the cost of a 30-second commercial is supposed to be $500 million. Somewhere around there. I don't know. That's just a guess right now. But sounds pretty accurate. Pretty close. Yeah. So we're kind of just looking at that. Let's see. So there'll be no streaming this week except for Sunday. Then, of course, next Tuesday afternoon, of course, at 4 p.m. Eastern, which is 3 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Mountain, and 1 o'clock West Coast time. Jay Aldridge and I will be doing our next A-Team series review. Season 1, Episode 7, which should be interesting. Should be cool. Then after that, there will be no streaming at all. Not even the following Sunday, of course, because that's Super Bowl Sunday. And I want to get my mind and body and spirit and everything ready for the game. So I'll be probably just going through previews and watching online, with YouTube and see how the game's going to progress and what their predictions are. Now, for my prediction, my early prediction, the line right now, I believe it was -1 with the 49ers, and they're thinking they're going to score about 48 points. So I think they're going to score a little bit more than that. I'm thinking they're going to score about 55 points. So I said 49ers 30 and Kansas City Chiefs 25. 30 to 25. That's my earliest prediction. But as I get closer, as I get closer to the Super Bowl game, I'll give my final prediction and everything. And in fact, there'll be no live streaming after, like I said, this coming Sunday Oh, hey, Sci-Fi Sif Dan. How you doing, buddy? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I saw you earlier on uh, Gorilla's Random Thoughts Open Panel. I bet that was a lot of fun. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, so like I said, we're going to do only two more streams. We'll have the one this coming Sunday, which will be open panel, open chat, open topic. But we'll give our top five horror movie genre picks first before we go on to all that. And then our last stream before the Super Bowl will be next Tuesday, as I said, for 18 series review on season one, episode 7. And then I'm just going to do a webcam late Saturday night, probably less than 24 hours before the game starts. I'll give you my final prediction and what I think will happen in the game. And I'll just throw it out there, and then you guys can let me know from there. No, Sci-Fi Sif Dan. This is a it's actually an irregular time of streaming webcam. But I appreciate you being here, Sci-Fi Sif Dan. Yeah, I appreciate you actually being here. It might be very early for you because it's almost 4 o'clock in the morning here on, like I said, on February 1st. Brand new month and everything. Yeah, this month has a lot to offer. I mean, it's got the Super Bowl. Don't forget, Lent's going to start early this year for Catholics. Which will lead to Easter eventually. Don't forget, this month also has, yeah, 29 days on it. So it's a leap year this year. Now, could that mean anything in the Super Bowl? I don't know. But usually after the Super Bowl, you've got the NHL All Star game, and eventually you'll have the NBA All Star game. You know, all sorts of things going on. So it's just like a progression. And then of course, most importantly, for couples like ourselves, me and Suzanne, it'll be Valentine's Day. So that's one thing too. Let's see. I usually stay out around 1:30 a.m. Pacific time. Oh, okay. Well, right, right now it's still early morning on the first for you guys there on the Pacific Coast time. Right. It's 12:43 a.m. in the morning there for you. I hope you can hear me okay. Out there, Sifdan. Um, yeah, I'll be on here probably up until the top of the hour, and then I think we'll probably shut down because it's really early in the morning, and I do need to try to sleep at least a couple hours. I've been up for a while, just kind of watching videos and working on stuff. Oh, yes, you're fine. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sif Dan. I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm in the dark. It's just, I want to keep the lighting down because, like I said, I like to keep, Susanna's resting. She's going to go shopping tomorrow, and I'm going to be like, you know, watching the cats. And it's probably going to rain and snow tomorrow. That's what I heard. That was on the forecast for tomorrow. So she's going to be in rain and snow. Yeah, a mix. Yeah, I went down a hill today. Yesterday, or I went yesterday. Sorry, yesterday on the 31st. Um, my wife and I we went to have a nice Asian buffet. It's called Mandarin. It's a really nice restaurant. Really great restaurant here in the Greater Toronto area, or GTA for short. And it's very nice. And we went there, and then we went to go see a movie. We went to see The Beekeeper with Jason Statham. That was freaking awesome. That's a great action film, by the way. If you really like Jason Statham, when you've seen him in Expendables and all that stuff, and of course his Crank movies, which we own both of those, and everything else you've ever seen Jason Statham in, definitely check him out on this Beekeeper thing. It's totally cool. Yeah, and it has Jeremy Irons in it, in a brief role, and then it has Minnie Driver, and then there's Josh Hutcherson, who I haven't seen in a film in a while. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, and I had to see it also because my fear, I have mesophobia, which is a big fear of insects that can sting you, like bees, wasps, hornets, and so on. Yellow jackets, things like that. It scares the death out of me. And believe me, 1978 Swarm that my parents took me to was not the right thing to do. That was not the right thing to do. As well the money bags in your marriage. Uh, so I'm a white bread. Oh, yeah, sure. I guess yeah, sure. That's cool. That's cool. I don't know, sci-fi safe fan. Um, I saw that you're a Star Wars fan. Now we own episode 4, 5, and 6, and we also have a Clone Wars tie-in, and we also own Solo, a Star Wars story, which I think is kind of cool. But we are trying to get the first three, 1, 2, 3. Then we're trying to get Rogue One, a solo story, or I mean, excuse me, a Star Wars story, and then we're trying to get 7, 8, and 9. And if we can get all those, then we have all the Star Wars films. But I've seen them all. I mean, I've seen all 9, and you know, even Jen Tartakovsky's Clone Wars, which actually I've been trying to look for. I used to own it, and these were like 45-minute segments, and he turned it into 2 hours, or yeah, 2 hours, and it really, even though it was animated, it filled the gap between episode 2 and episode 3. Which was Attack of the Clones and then yeah, Return of the Sith. So it actually filled those two spots in between the gap there. Yeah. Oh, you had to remind me of that one. Yes. Yeah, just like the Nicolas Cage movie, The Wicker Man. Yeah, no, not the bees. No, no. Yes, right. Well, did you know that besides The Swarm, and now, of course, Beekeeper, there was a couple of other films that came out. One was a TV movie about the killer bees. Those Africanized killer bees that came up from Brazil. Yeah. Now, I haven't really checked lately to see what their progress was. But the last time I did, they got up at least to the southern peninsula of San Francisco. So they are actually in the city limits. They just haven't been able to cross over to the north part. Like going across the Golden Gate Bridge or, fog, whatever the reason. I don't know. Yes, uh huh. And they made Anakin crazy in the 2003 Clone Wars. Yeah, uh huh. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, now if that's the Tartakovsky one you're talking about, yes, then they did. Hmm. Yeah, made him nuts. Yeah, not sure why they would do that with Anakin Skywalker, but hey, if it led to him eventually becoming Darth Vader, okay, you know, he lost the faith. He lost the faith in the Jedi, and Palpatine was, cool enough and smart enough to get him to doubt. And when you get into doubt, you get into a lot of trouble. And you probably know this in basic life, right? It's just if you doubt something, you're really you're in a precarious position. Is really what I'm saying. So it's just you just don't want to have doubts. Sometimes you do, which are healthy, but most of the time, no. And I think that's basically what happened to Anakin. He just kind of lost his faith, had doubts, and he was like, easy pickings, like that, right? And he becomes Darth Vader. Wow, yeah. Um, I have to say though, when it comes to the Star Wars films, now Jake Lloyd as young Anakin in the first one, in Phantom Menace, uh, he was okay. He was okay. I didn't mind him much. I mean, just a little kid, no big deal. Um, he looked like he was lost in the film itself. I think that's when people started realizing that Lucas may have went too far and decided to go prequels. Yeah, and Jar Jar Binks was irritating as hell, right? Ahmed Best who played him. Yeah. Yes, you seem very knowledgeable about that, Sif Dan. Yeah, he was too emotionally attached to the people he knew he loved, right? Plus, the Emperor knew how to prey on his issues. Yes, yes, my thoughts exactly. Yes, but I mean, what can you do, right? Um, I felt that Natalie Portman as Padme wasn't exactly a good choice either. Um, but she muddled through. That's what Natalie Portman does, right? I don't know if you ever saw Sif Dan. I don't know if you ever saw her in the movie Black Swan, The Black Swan. It's kind of a story about ballet dancers, things like that. But in that one, she went up against a fellow dancer named, or a fellow dancer played by Mila Kunis, who did that '70s show. And I have to say, Mila Kunis, wow, yeah, she blew away Natalie Portman, and that was supposed to be one of Portman's masterpiece roles, right? She was supposed to be really good in that. Oh well, okay. Um, I'm just saying, if you liked her as Padme, you want to see her in this movie to see how she goes up against Mila. And if you like Mila even more, you definitely will go see it because it's called The Black Swan. Yeah, it's a good film. It's not too bad. Well, I mean, let's be honest. Natalie does a little bit better performance in that than she does as Padme for 3 movies. Go figure, right? So, oh, and Natalie was also in V for Vendetta, with Hugo Weaving. That was a good film. Yeah, she did okay in that one too. So yeah, she has a few, decent films, and then like I don't know why, but for 3 Star Wars films, 1, 2, and 3, as Padme or Queen Amidala, if you want to call her that too, she didn't do so well. But that's my opinion. I mean, other people might think different. That's totally fine. Whatever they want to feel, that's up to them. But I mean, for me, she just didn't do so well, and I was disappointed. I really was. Um, then for 7, 8, and 9, you had the lady. What was her name? Daisy. Right, Daisy Radley or something like that, who played Ray. Eventually, you call her Ray Scott. She calls herself Ray Skywalker at the end of 9. Spoiler alert, in case you guys have not seen 9 yet. Um, but I don't know. Daisy Ridley. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. She didn't. I don't know. She had a bit bigger role than what Natalie put out. But overall, I don't know. She did okay. I guess that's just it. She just did okay. I mean, prequels for one thing, but then when you're putting out sequels, and of course, I don't know if you saw Siftan. I don't know if you saw Episode 7, The Force Awakens. I don't know if you saw that. Um, and if you did, well, more power to you because I did. But all the things that happened with that. There was a huge event that happened where a kid comes out after he'd seen it for the very first time. He's 19 years old and he tells everybody, "Hey, blah 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 blah," something, and all of a sudden everybody gang attacked him, and he barely got out with his life. The cops had to finally stop it. and he ended up almost in a coma in the hospital, near death, because he revealed it after he came out of the theater. Oh, you have seen 7 and 8, but not 9. Okay. Well, if you really want to know how 7 and 8 leads to 9 and what happens at the very end, the Rise of Skywalker, get that one or watch it. Yeah, because believe me, Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, 7 and 8 respectively, they're they're not bad. I mean, they're pretty decent. But then, like I said, if you want to finish the story completely, at least up to this point, go and get the Rise of Skywalker, which is Episode 9, and then just watch it. And if you're really into Star Wars, like you say, then you probably want to buy it. I'm sure it's available. Yeah, and you said here in Episode 2, the Attack of the Clones, the over-the-top and extreme thick and melodramatic romance. Plus, it was boring. I hated that. I hate that type of romance. Yeah, it seemed robotic, didn't it? Just like it was just kind of out there. Oh yeah, we just roll around the daisies and on the hill there, the big thing, this whatever that big creature was he was on top of, and he shows off, falls, and she thinks he broke his neck, and she goes over there, and then he attacks her, and oh man, I'm sorry, sorry. I don't hate that kind of romance. I just kind of laugh at it because I just think it was childish, right? I mean, come on, it just didn't. Yeah, yeah, it just yeah, it didn't uh, work out too well, right? Yeah, and you did say you have seen 7 and 8 and not 9, so yeah, go ahead and watch 9. 9 is good. It is. It's pretty decent. It's not great. I'm going to tell you that up front, but hey, go see it, and then it'll finish everything for you. It'll sum it up in a nice little package at the end. You might be disappointed at the ending. I'm going to tell you that much too, without giving too much away. But yeah, you'll like it. It's not so bad. It's better than prequels, believe me. 7, 8, and 9 were okay, and they were a little bit better than the first 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, simple. They ruined the Skywalker legacy by having Rey, who was the granddaughter of the Emperor, take his name, even though that she is a Palpatine. Yeah, but without telling you how, she decides to take back the name of Skywalker somehow. She does it through events that occur in Star Wars 9, uh, the Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, yes, it there's events that happen that bring that about. So yeah, you want to see 9 then. You do want to see 9 at least just to find out how it all pans out, and how it works out. And there's some cool special effects in that one. I didn't have a problem with it. I liked it. I want to get the movies. Like I said, I still have 6 movies to get, plus the Tartakovsky Clone Wars movie, which is 2 hours long, and fills episode 2 and 3. And then I want to get Rogue One, the Star Wars story, that fills about Urso and everything, that fills also that gap between episode uh, 3 and episode 4, which leads to New Hope. So yeah, I do. I want to do that. Hey, Tanya Z, good to see you. Yeah, Tanya Z, I just subbed your channel, right? That's the lady that was bending into her knees and things. Yeah, I just did. I have seen reviews of the movie. They went into spoilers, and from what I heard, I will dislike. But you should still see it, right? As if Dan. Thank you, Tanya Z. Appreciate that. That gives us 121 subs, I believe. So we have about 29 more subs before we reach 150. I would like to reach 150 by next month. I hope we can. And I'd also like to reach 100 videos. So when we reach that 100 video plateau, we can take some real time off and let people watch them and go over them and see what they like or dislike about them, and then give us their likes and so forth. Um, I went okay. I went from the your picture where it has a lady here bending down into okay. Well, I can always okay. Well, I can always go from that you just subbed me. I can go from there and go to your channel and make sure it's the right one. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. So Tanya Z is new to our channel. Welcome. Uh, Tanya Z, say hello to Sci-Fi Sifdan. He's a huge Star Wars fan. That's what we've been talking about for the last couple of minutes. I'm gonna try to go at least 40 to 45 minutes, and then I think I'll stop. But we'll see how I feel. I need to get some sleep eventually. Um, okay, so Tanya Z said, I just subbed you too. Wait, how did you describe my channel? I'm the one with the Pink Floyd banner, so make sure you got the right one. Yeah, the lady with her knees pulled to her chest and realized you were describing my avatar. Yes, and that was the correct one, right? That was the correct one? Yes, I was describing your avatar, right. So I was just going from that. It has kind of this purplish hue in it, kind of like a blue purplish hue. Yeah. So yes, if that is your avatar and that's the correct one, then I did yes. Then I subbed to your channel correctly. If that is your actual avatar. Yep, pretty sure you got it correct. Oh, good. Um, have you shown your face on your streams? I have. I face on my first and second live streams, but now I decided to hide my face behind my avatar. Yeah, well, this is like I say, this is just webcams, so I kind of hide myself in the dark because um, it's just because of the lighting. See, I have the lighting behind me here, but I don't want to just light everything in the room because my wife, I want to be courteous to her and let her sleep. But yes, sometimes you see me do a webcam or two where I show my whole face, and usually I have my headphones on and I'm like talking. Um, yeah, yeah, I do panels every once in a while, Tanya Z. Yeah, in fact, this coming Sunday, we haven't got the time picked yet, but it will probably be close to around 1 or 2 ish Eastern time. That's just a guess right now. It all depends. I watch this kind of game show on YouTube. It's called Question or Trek, and there's a bunch of friends of mine that play this game and around. They let me play around last week, and I got blown out. So I'm not going to play this week. I'm going to stay in the crowd. But usually their game lasts up to about 2 hours, and then I usually wait till they're done, and then I go ahead and do a live stream on Restream.io. So yeah. So that is coming up this Sunday, sometime this Sunday. I don't know when yet. But then we do 18 reviews streams on Tuesday afternoons at 4 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, which is 1 o'clock Pacific time in the afternoon. Oh, I do. Tanya Z says, and then delete them. I'm probably gonna go live in a few. I'll be going on 3:30 a.m. here. Oh, okay. So glad I met you. We're now best friends. Well, thank you, Tanya Z. Are you in? Okay, so are you in Central Time Zone? You must be then. You must be an hour behind me. That's what I'm guessing. Um, yeah. And Sifdan, I forgot. I forgot what kind of part of the country you're in. I mean, are you in the states or overseas, or I'm not sure what part you're in that, or what your time frame is there. Maybe you can let me know in the chat there, what your time frame is. I'm just kind of checking. Um, oh, Tanya Z's in Minnesota. Oh, very cool. I actually know two people that live in Minnesota. One of them is Gorilla's Random Thoughts. He lives somewhere there in Minnesota. And then I have a gal friend of mine. She's living with another gal, and they live near Hibbing in Minnesota. Yeah, so they're also in the Central Time Zone. And Sifdan says, Mikey, so is your usual live stream schedule? Mine is roughly Saturdays, and possible Sundays between 4 to 7 Pacific time count. Well, now you know 3. Bestie, there we go. Now I got 3 people. Yes, yeah. So are you in, Tanya? Are you in any of the nearby towns, or anything close? Full disclosure, I've been getting a buzz. Okay. Yes, if Dan. So if you're in the Pacific time zone, that's great because yeah, you're right now. You're 3 hours behind me, so it is still yeah. So it's 1 o'clock. It's 1:07 a.m. in your time there right now. Yeah. Oh, Tanya. Yeah. Sorry. The question that no, you don't have to tell me exactly in Minnesota. Sorry. Um, but like, what's the closest town to you in Minnesota? I said one friend is in Hibbing, the other one is isolated. He usually won't tell me the town he's in, so Gorilla. So, um, yeah, something about something, right? Oh, okay. And then he says, Mikey, correct. Okay, awesome. All right, Sifan. So yeah, and then what do you usually stream about, Sifan? Like I said, we're right now we're just down to 2 types of streams. Like I said, we do A-Team reviews on Tuesdays, and we do uh, a topic time occasionally on Saturday or Sundays. Sorry, on Sunday afternoons now. That's when I plan on doing them. So I only do like a couple. Um, I'm trying to get, like I said, I'm trying to get to 100 videos total, whether they're a webcam or a live stream, and then we're gonna take some time off. So between that, yeah, Tanya says I freaking love a good topic. Glad it's up to you. Oh yeah, well no, you're welcome. You're welcome. And we got 1 like. Thank you. And 2 of you watching. That's awesome. Thank you guys. I know this is very early in the morning, and I hope I'm not keeping you both awake too much. It's kind of hard for me too, but I do the best I can. Um, like I said, please like. Oh, hi, Pleasant Valley Picker. Now, Sci-Fi Sifdan, welcome to Pleasant Valley Picker. He's PvP for short. He is also over in the Pacific time zone. He's 3 hours behind me, and he lives in Canada. He's a fellow Canadian. So, um, whereas I'm outside of Toronto in Scarborough, Southwest, he lives in Kelowna, British Columbia. In Kelowna, British Columbia. So he is about 3 hours behind me too. He's on the same time zone. Oh, thank you, Tanya Z. Smash the thumbs up. Yeah, PvP just after 1 a.m. here. Yeah. Um. Oh, this stream. The stream here. It's really not about much. I'm keeping people advised on what's happening with our future open panel live stream, which will be coming up this coming Sunday afternoon. I haven't figured out the time yet, so please don't ask me. I don't know yet. But Sifdan and I, we were just talking about Star Wars, the different movies, just some things, because he's a huge fan and I love Star Wars. Um, and then Tanya Z's here to join us, but she'll be doing a live stream, she said herself, in about half an hour, about 20 minutes. Yeah. So I may just go and check out your stream when you do it. Yeah. Let's see. Well, the stream, yeah, that's what it's basically about. PvP. I hope you do come to join us on Sunday afternoon. That'll be one of the last two streams we do. Then our 18 review next Tuesday, and then we're not going to be streaming for a while. So yeah. And Tanya Z says hello there to PvP. Yeah. And Sifdan says, Mikey, yeah, mainly sci-fi TV shows, Star Wars, Stargate SG-1, Atlantis, SGU, um, Battlestar Galactica, 2003 series. You know what? But I got to tell you, Sifdan, excuse me, I'm a huge fan of the original Battlestar Galactica with Richard Hatch and Dirk Benedict and Lauren Green. I am not a huge big fan of the reboot that came later, especially with that blonde. Even though she looked really nice, that blonde actress that played a Cylon. Yeah, I'm not quite into that. But I am into Star Trek movies. I own all the Star Trek films actually, all 13. And Transformers. Now, let's be honest. In Transformers, if Megan Fox was not in there at all, not in there at all, it might succeed. It might. But because she was in there, yeah, she practically killed the franchise. Thank God she didn't kill my Expendables movie. Ooh, I would have been really upset. What's any other subjects I'm familiar with? Yeah, me too. PvP says, hello, Tanya Z. And PvP says, I have lots of stuff to join this weekend. Oh, cool, cool. Um, and Tanya Z says, you sound freaking wonderful. Such good people on planet Earth. Yeah, we're good people. Right, Gorilla Cringe stock tomorrow. Right, and Jill on Friday. Yes, I know about those. That's why I'm not planning to stream until Sunday afternoon. I hope you can make it. Plus, hope you can make it PvP. Yeah, PvP also like me, like the '70s Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, you watch the reboot right as it sounded. Not my thing, right? Yeah, Battlestar Galactica. LOL. I remember that. Yeah, good time. Oh, I'm glad you did, Tanya Z. Yeah. No, I'm not. With Edward James almost as Adama, I'm not saying it wasn't that bad. It was okay, but I just didn't watch a whole bunch of it. I was really into, like I said, with PvP, I really liked the OG Battlestar Galactica. And even the TV movies that came out after the series was done. I mean, especially when they found Earth, they could have done a lot better with that. Agreed, right? PvP, but I mean, they could have done a lot better. Green stock will be good, as Gorilla is showing my recommendation, The Creeping Terror. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good movie. I like that. Yeah, and Sifdan says, Mikey, for Transformers, it depends on the era of Transformers. For me, it's the Transformers TV show. Right, Transformers Prime, that aired from 2010 to 2013. Okay. No, no, those were good. Megatron was great. The guy that did the voice of Megatron for that, and of course the guy that did the voice of Optimus Prime. Yeah, good stuff. Tanya Z says, I am 49 years old. I remember a lot, except for most of the 1990s. That was and still is a blur. Most of the 90s are blurred for me too, Tanya. And I turned 59 this year. I'm an old man, damn it. Uh, with a big heart, yeah. PvP says it's about an intergalactic carpet monster eating people. It's hilarious. Yeah, I think Suzanne might have even seen it. Yeah, the Creeping Terror. Well, she was big into the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes PvP. You might have remembered that. And then, of course, you know, Attack of the Munchies or other things. They even did a second Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. One of my favorite B movies that I got to see all three of them, maybe fortunately or unfortunately, was the Toxic Avenger. I love those films. You should use that as a cringe stock. The Toxic Avenger. The Toma films. Yeah. Those three. Yep. You should definitely use those. And Sifdan said, yeah, they are voiced by the original actors from the 80s TV show. Yes. Yes, they are. Right. Oh my gosh. MST3K? Mystery Science Theater 3000? Oh, Tanya Z. You hit something close to my heart. Yes, I loved MST3K. Yeah, cheers. Cheers to you too. Gorilla will have cringe stock films for years to come. Oh, thank God. Thank goodness. Hopefully, I can make one or two of them. I loved it when he did my Mega Force. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that one again. I'm gonna have to go back to that again. My cringe stock he did for me. That was one of the first ones. That was hilarious. And that movie was so freaking boring. Oh my god. Mega Force? Yeah, from 19 I think it was 82 or 83. It was so boring and I'm like uh I knew why my dad left after 15 minutes and took the whole family out of the theater. He said it was just boring as hell. Yeah, well, we watching cringe stock. It's very similar to Mystery 3000. It is, yes. You guys have some funny ones there. Oh, PvP. I'm sorry I missed Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, but I'll get to rewatch. I'll go to rewatch it sometime. Did it go out pretty well? Uh, seen them take a crack at Atlantic Rim, a mockbuster of Pacific Rim. Yeah, I've seen Pacific Rim. I don't think I'm really gonna watch Atlantic Rim. Yeah, that film was so boring. I almost lost my will to exist. Yeah. Yes, Mikey, it went well. Oh, good, good, good. Okay. Welcome to Thunderdome. Enter the gauntlet. Yes. We don't need another hero. We don't need to know the way home. All we want is life beyond Thunderdome. Yeah. Some of my favorite lines from the song. Rest in peace, Tina Turner. I know we lost her, so yeah. Yeah, I actually enjoyed it and rated it higher. I did too. In fact, the first time I saw it was in a movie theater, PvP. Yeah, Tina was awesome. Yep. Oh, yeah, right. In the outfit she wore? Yeah. What do you expect? She was built back then. She does a lot of her own exercise and stuff on stage. She does her own dancing. And she really works out. She really does. So she really had to work out for the film. I like it here. You seem hella pleasant and cool as F. Yeah, thank you. Well, and I'm also in the dark. I'm trying to keep myself down here a little bit because I know my beloved Suzanne here is sleeping. And she's got a long day tomorrow. She's going to go do some shopping for us. And I'm going to be the babysitter daddy and take care of my cats, our cats. Okay, she says, I got to pee. Peace out. Okay, Tanya Z. Well, if you do a stream later on in a few minutes or whenever, I'll try to check it out before I go to bed. Oh yeah, she was in her mid 40s and still hot. I agree, PvP. Yeah, yeah, I love Tina's music too. I do too. I do too. Tina Turner was better off without Ike. Absolutely. Yeah, when she went solo, yeah, her career just exploded and got better. And that was really cool that she did the movie. You know who actually personally asked her to do that film was Mel. So Mel actually made a good decision. He said, "Oh, we got to have an all-star in there." And, Again, I don't know. I'm a different kind of animal. You're saying, are you going to sleep in or going to be cranky for not getting enough sleep? Well, eventually I probably will be a little cranky for not getting sleep, but then that's my fault. I right now I don't even feel tired, but hey, that's all good. Yeah. PvP says, yeah, Tina had a hard life with Ike being a bad husband. She was better off without him. Absolutely. 100% agree with you there. Yeah. I don't know if you can see my thumbs up, but yes. Totally agree with you. PvP. That's a good point. No, Suzanne and I had talked about it before, and he absolutely was a bastard. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm being nice. Believe me. I could call him lots of other things, but I don't want my channel to get thrown off. I'm not like Gorilla where I can just spew out, vitriol and just go, woo. Yeah. I try tend to keep it civil. I try to anyway. Yeah. Then her solo career exploded, and she found fame in middle age. She did. Yeah. Um. Are the rock and roll Sifdan asks PvP? Are the rock and roll PvP are a different PvP? Yes, I agree. I heard Ike treated her badly. Oh, he treated her very badly. She lost a child because of him. Yeah, yeah. She had a miscarriage because of him. Had the kid, and then she lost the kid. Yeah, yeah, it was pretty bad. Um, let's see. Well, yeah, we can go another 13 minutes. We'll make it a full hour, and then we'll stop. Yeah, PvP says to Sifdan, he's the rock and roller PvP. Yeah, now Sci-Fi Sifdan, if you subscribe to Pleasant Valley Picker, um, he is my moderator for these kind of webcams I do, which I appreciate highly. He's my standard moderator. Also, Lemon Pie helps me out too, sometimes. Um, if you go to Sifdan, if you go to PvP's channel, he has rock and roll playlists there. Songs that he has that are 3 minutes in length, or yeah, 3 minutes in length or less. And I've actually downloaded an entire library of one of his playlists, and they're very good songs. They are, and of course, most are Canadian, which I'm trying to have a deeper appreciation for some older Canadian music. Because I was born and raised, in the states for a long time, and knew mostly just you know music in USA, but not a lot of music in Canada. And I learned a lot more music in Canada from Suzanne, who is a native Canadian. She's from Newfoundland, and originally, and then um, and I started learning some more from PvP, who did some Canadian groups. Yeah, right. Any man that beats his lady is not a man. Absolutely, they're subhuman. That's probably the best word I can think of. Yeah, all kinds of playlists, Mikey. Yeah. Oh, okay. Sifdan says, Mikey, I have visited his channel. Cool. Um, I don't know. Did you see my Canadian bands playlist? It's huge and maybe too big. Um, no, to be honest, I haven't seen it yet. I will take a look at it, though. I promise. Um, what I did, what I did with your first playlist, one of the first ones you put out, PvP, is I took a large majority of the songs from that playlist and put it into my playlist of Mikey and Susan's songs, things that we were familiar with. I didn't do the whole thing, but like just took the majority of the songs. that I found were interesting and that I put it up years ago, right? Yeah, no, I will look it over again. I promise. I'll get a chance. Yeah, there's not much else going on right now. As I said, we're going to run a live stream and open panel and chat on this coming Sunday afternoon sometime. Tuesday will be a team review, and then after that, there won't be any streaming or anything for Super Bowl weekend. But I will do a webcam on late Saturday night, about 24 hours before the game starts. So sometime Saturday, and I'll just give you my final prediction and who I think will win the game, and and from all angles, and I'll try to give you guys an idea of what I know from myself about the game, and you know, so that'll be on Saturday the 10th. That'll just be a little webcam thing I do. After that, I won't be doing any more streams for the rest of the month, um, because I'm trying to um, do something for Lent, and I think if I stop streaming for a whole month, I can do that. Hopefully, I can. Yeah, I can post it here if you wish. That's fine, PvP, if you want. Um, Sif Dan says, Mikey, what time is your sweetheart going to get up in the morning for us to not disturb her? We don't know yet. She has different she has different times that she usually wakes up if she goes to the bathroom or something. But well, I'm going to be stopping here in about 9 more minutes or 10 more minutes or so. Oh, hey, Trusty Ape. Oh shoot, I didn't realize you were still alive. Hey, Mikey. Hey, Kevin. Kevin is Trusty Ape. I think PvP knows Trusty. Sif Dan, say hello to Trusty. Tanya Z. Oh no, Tanya Z went to go pee. Sorry. So, but anyway, Sif Dan, PvP, meet, you know, the Trusty Ape is also known as Kevin. If you haven't met him yet, he's a wonderful man. I think PvP did, but I don't know if Sif Dan has. So you guys, please, um, you know, introduce yourselves through the chat and whatever, please. Um, PvP is working on my third pop, popper pop playlist. So many great bands. I'm having a hard time narrowing it down. Yeah, it's very difficult. Sifdan says, Mikey, it's getting late. I'm going to bed. Okay, Sifdan. And prayers up to you, Trusty Ape. Kevin. And Sifdan says hello to Trusty Ape. And guys, don't forget, like I said, when you're in the chat, if you want to do, something nice for the people you meet in the chat, go to their channels, like them, subscribe them, uh, you know, hit the notification bell so you're notified of any future events and live streams and chats that might come up in the future. Webcams like this. Please do that for my channel, but not only me, do it for each other's channels. Help each other out. It helps the YouTube algorithm. You know, it does a great thing there. You know. And hi, Sci-Fi Sifdan, nice to meet you. Oh, thank you, Trusty Ape. Yeah. Well, Sifdan, I hope you get a nice time in bed there. I don't know about myself, but I hope you do. I'm gonna try my best to get some sleep, but I'm still thirsty, so I'm gonna grab another soda. But it's sugar free. It's zero sugar, so it shouldn't keep me up too long. So anyway, we're getting close to the end here. I just wanted to go about an hour or so, so I appreciate you guys coming in here. Um, Again, we have our monitor and moderator here, Pleasant Valley Picker, CA from Kelowna, BC, PvP for short. Thank you for coming in again, sir, and helping us out this morning. I know it's probably very late for you guys, but I appreciate you being here. Especially you too, Trusty Ape. Thank you for coming in, because I love seeing you. And I did download your entire list, or I mean your latest stream that you did. So, oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, PvP is posting a link there, and hopefully this will do it. Tons of Canadian bands. He's posting a link for you, Sifdan, and for you, Trusty Ape. You guys can check out that list of the Canadian bands that he has there on his YouTube channel. It's worth a look. It's definitely worth a listen. There's some good bands there. I have cursory looked at it, but I just haven't really gone through it all the whole thing. So, but it is worth it. It is. It's cool. It's a cool playlist. And we also had Tanya Z in here for the first time, and she uh, subbed our channel. So we should have her right around about 121 subs, and we're trying for 150 as our first goal. Now, if we do reach 150, I'll try to do a live stream during the Lenten time. Uh, but for right now, as I said, Lent is going to start pretty soon. I think just after this week, I believe, and then it's supposed to go just after the Super Bowl. Um, so I'm going to, like I said, after the Super Bowl runs, I'm going to stop my streams for a while to, you know, to fulfill my Lenten observance. Uh, yeah, I think it worked great. Yeah, yeah. PvP says he has a huge mix of bands. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. And it's right out there. Yeah. So, yeah. Hopefully, Trusty Ape, Kevin, and Sif Dan can um, take that list and go with it and see what they will see. And I believe Tanya Z said she was starting something in a couple minutes. So I'm going to finish up here in a few minutes too. Yeah, in about 3 more minutes or so. Yeah. So again, PvP and Sci-Fi Sif Dan, you guys are awesome. Thank you. Trusty Ape, you of course, brother. You're always awesome. You're all my brothers. You guys are great, and I love it. And Tanya Z, I love it, and a sister, a new sister. So that's cool. I'm glad you all guys all came in here to put up with me for an hour for how late it is, um, and or how early, depending on where you are. Sifdan says, "Does it cost to PvP?" He says, "Does it cost money or is it free?" And Mikey, loving your lighting, you look like you're in the witness protection program. Well, thanks, PvP. Thanks. Yeah, my handlers are starting to tell me I better turn off this thing. Yeah, Trustee Edge says, "Oh, good, he's got it in his list." Yeah, 1:30 a.m. here. Yes, sir. Yeah, you're Bay Area and you're awesome. Oh, go 49ers too. Don't forget, Trustee Ape, you got the 49ers in the Super Bowl, so they're in Las Vegas in about 10 days from now. Yeah, so definitely check it. Yeah, this is my new normal. I hope you're recovering too, Kevin. I hope you're doing well. I think I asked one time before how your recovery was going. And we always have you on our prayer list. Everybody here. All my channel stuff is free. Yeah, I'm too dumb to charge money. Well, no, you're not dumb. PvP. You know what? Gorilla, when he reached 500, he wasn't even sure how he wanted to do his monetization. And for me, I don't even think I would, because I don't like to charge people. Um, I'm just not the kind of person that would just beg for money like that. And then Sifdan says to Trustee 8, mine too. I'm trying to head to bed, but you guys keep pulling me back in. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, you're very welcome. He says, I'm feeling great. Thank you for the prayers. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. PvP and you, Trusty, and Gorilla, and Resolute Germ, and even Pop, and some others. They're on prayer list. But uh, PCC and I are still having some problems, some issues. So they haven't been resolved yet. I'm sorry to say. I just don't want to go any more into it. Okay. But by the way, if you're asking about Jay Aldrich, my co-host who helps me on the A Team streams and on the Topic Time, he's doing really well. He's doing okay. He's not great. I guess He's had some issues lately with his back and things, but he seems to be doing okay. So please keep Jay Aldridge in your prayers too, please. PvP and Trusty. Remember when I loved sports, but just lost interest. Yeah, no, I understand. Oh, thank you, Trusty. Yeah, I hope you guys are able to resolve that. I hope so too. Um, it's not just him. There's a few other people I have issues with. So I haven't been able to resolve them yet. I'm trying. I'm doing the best I can. Yeah, yeah. PvP says, "Have you seen thousands of games like rinse, watch, repeat?" Yeah, will do. Thank you, Trusty. Thank you. Yeah, and Siftan says the PvP, especially when they got into politics instead of sticking to sports. Yes, yes, that's a problem. Yeah, we all have problems. It's called being human, of course. Yeah, we're not robots. It's beautiful to be human. That I thought what was interesting is there was a recent thing that Trustee Hip just did a few minutes ago. He was talking about a guy named Sapolsky, Robert Sapolsky. Yeah, I think that's what it was. He was talking about uh, infusing evolution with chemical responses. He's a primatologist, so he studies apes, and he also ape, you know, uh, mannerisms, things, and stuff like that. He's also a neurobiologist. Sounds Russian because his last name is Sapolsky, Sapolsky. So yeah, I had heard of him before, just not in a big context like that. I really would have to look at that book. I really would. That's something I would really have to look at. You know? But hey, I love. Sorry, got to get myself adjusted. I love learning new things. So yeah, that's also being human. PvP says to Sci-Fi Sif Dan, I am so tired of politics. Why I resist discussing it in the community, even when some do. Yeah, no. You know what I found out from my dad was that the three things you never want to discuss is politics, religion, and taxes. Those were three things. Oh, and a fourth thing that came on later was death. So yeah, politics, religion, taxes, and death. See how that all, you know, except for death, which death and taxes. Yeah, you don't want to talk about those things if you can help it. You know, it's it's terrible. That brings down a lot of streams when you talk about things like that. Yeah, politics are right. Yeah, PvP said politics are divisive, and I'm here to share love with my brothers and sisters. Hey, we're here to share love, right? We all care about each other. We're all trying to help each other's channels in the community. We do still have two Will King in listening today, this morning, and three people that hit like. Thank you. Appreciate that. I add my like later after I watch it, rewatch it, go through it. Yeah, I appreciate that, PvP. Yeah, we're all trying to help each other out in the community. We're trying to help each other's channels to grow, to to give our say, to be a part of a worldwide phenomenon, of being able to express yourself, talk about things that mean a lot to you, uh, different subjects, different topics. It's all about that. And as long as you can throw in things like, you know, like Jay loves to do because he's a minister, like my wife is a minister also, they like to throw in a prayer at the end of a stream. We've started doing that, and actually, it's a very positive thing because it's a general prayer, and all it does is it lets God know we care about the people we encounter. We hope they do well. We hope that everybody gets along. Um, several things, and it's a wonderful thing because I love doing that. And I always try to say when I end my streams, whether they're streams or webcams, I always try to end it by saying God bless everyone. Everybody I know in Facebook and YouTube and Restream and even StreamYard, when I encounter people like that on their streams. You guys are great fun, folks. You are too, PvP. You are too. All of you are. Sif Dan, Tanya Z, and Trusty 8, my brother. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, PvP says I've joined communities before. It's been on at least 6 years, but this one is the best. Thank you, PvP. That means a lot. That means the world to us. It really does. Now, you guys can keep track of us um, by number of videos we put out. So, as we get closer to 100, let us know, okay? Because um, the day we do the 100th video, I'll do a little celebration. I hope to do that. And like I said, sometime later this year, when I get to 150 subscribers, we'll have a little celebration of that too. So hopefully we can get to 150 subscribers or get to 100 videos. Either way, we're going to celebrate because it's the most I've had. This is my second channel. I joined this with Suzanne when we got married, so that's why it's my thesis for. You all know that. But before this, I had a channel which I was able to gather about 155 subs, and that was Warlord Fade. And that was my very first YouTube channel. That lasted from 2008 to just about early 2016. That was on for 8 years. And like I said, I reached just over 150 subs. So I really would like to reach that with this channel and then be able to eclipse it and go further. And like I said, once I get to 500 or something, I don't think I'm really going to be into monetization. I really don't think so. I'm just not that kind of person. I don't know. I'm not into super chats and things like that. And I don't have the. We don't have the money for that. We live on a limited budget, so we really can't afford that ourselves. But who knows? I mean, well, you know. No, I don't plan on. No, that might be fine for someone like Jill. She's okay with that. She feels she needs it. That's perfect. That's fine. Gorilla may need it too because he's over 500. So yeah, if they need it, they need that help. That's great. Wonderful. Um, MPVP says I wasn't raised religious, but respect those that are. Appreciate that, PvP. That means a lot. Uh, I know this is really early for Lemon Pie. I'm pretty surprised he's not here, but then again, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I know he's a sleepy body too. He likes to sleep. PvP says my cousin and his wife are religious, and we said grace over our Christmas dinner. It was great, a bonding moment. Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, it's wonderful when you have the family together. We had a few times like that where it was my mother, my father, and also and the four of us kids, and then of course the last time we were in the United States, Suzanne was with me because we had just got married that year in 2016, and so we spent Christmas with everybody, and yeah, it was fine. It went okay. It was nice. We had some people over and everything. But all the family was there. My brother, my two sisters, and my wife, my brand new wife. Yeah. They are enlightened Christians that don't push it on others. I love them. Yeah, we don't. Like I said, Suzanne is a Universal Life Church minister, and I used to be hugely. I'm still a vital part of the Catholic Church because my parents are Carmelite ministers. They're very deeply into the church as Carmelites, and uh, Jay is a minister of his parish down there in Louisiana in Bastrop, and he's also a Sunday school teacher, and he also sings in a choir, so and does music for his community, for his religious community. So yeah, there's some good people out there. My cousin and I are only 6 months apart. Yeah, we are brothers. Yes, which is great, PvP. You need to be. Suzanne is a lovely person. She is. she's very intelligent, wonderful, wonderful human being. I am so blessed, believe me, every day. I don't know if you guys knew this, but you want to, I'll tell this to you real quick, and then I think I'll shut down for the evening. Um, but my wife, uh, like I said, she's a minister of the Universal Life Church, which is, they're friends with Catholic Church, with Christians. And what's so ironic is that my mom, for the longest time, she said I wanted to be a priest, and she wanted me to be a priest, but that never happened. But then I ended up, eventually meeting Suzanne, who is a priest, like a minister. She's a minister, like a priest, and I married one. How ironic is that? Yeah, yeah, I've met so many great folks here. Yes, yeah, they're all great people. PvP, and you're a great person too, my brother. You mean a lot, the world to me, and I appreciate you being here and helping us out. Like I said, along with Sifdan and Trusty Ape, Kevin, and Tanya Z, our brand new subscribers. So thank you all for being here tonight. Really, it means the world to us. And like I said, we're going to keep track of our videos. We'll try to reach 100, or we'll try to reach 150 subscribers before we shut down for a while during the Lenten observance season, just before Easter, and uh, and then we'll come back after that. So yeah, and I'll let Jay know that we'll pick up right where we left off um, after Lent. So yeah, um, after we do season one, episode 7 of 18 next week, then we'll stop from there, and then we'll just yeah. So I'll let you guys know. I'll keep tabs on you guys. So I'll just kind of drift in and out, in chats and things, lurk around, and I'll say, hey, here I am, and we're we're just not gonna. I'm not gonna stream for Lent. I'm gonna try to uphold that, but like I said, I will do a webcam after the stream next Tuesday, or after the live stream this Sunday, and then next Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern, and then on Saturday night, on February 10th, I'll do a very late night webcam before the Super Bowl on Sunday, and then that'll be it for a while. So that's what's coming up in the future events. Anyway, but as I said, please like, subscribe, share my channel with everyone, and please hit that notification bell so that you know what's going on in the future and what other things we plan on doing. All right, so on behalf of myself, PvP, Sci-Fi Sifdan, Tanya Z, and of course Trusty Ape, Kevin, beloved brothers and sisters, and new sister, and on behalf of my wife Suzanne, and of course Sir Lemon Pie, who is also our biggest supporter and moderator, and of course my brother Jay Aldridge, who helps me out on live streams. So yeah, so many streams that I'm confused. Me too. It's hard for me to get used to all these things I'm putting out together. Good night, PvP. It's good to see you. So, on behalf of all that, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for helping me out this early morning, night, wherever you are in the world, or in the States, or in Canada, or wherever. Um, to our YouTube community, our Restream community, our even StreamYard, uh, Twitter, which is X, um, Facebook. I can't think of anybody else really that we don't know. So we know a lot of people. Trusty A, thank you. You're beautiful, man. I love you. And please get better. Please continue to get better. We got prayers on. Everybody's on our prayer list. YouTube PvP, you know that. All right, guys. So take care. God bless everyone. Don't forget, we have a live chat, an open panel on this coming Sunday, which is February 4th. It's going to be in the afternoon, on Sunday afternoon. I don't know what time yet, but when I know and when you guys will know, I'll post it, and then you guys can come by, and we'll just try to have a good old time. So until then, thank you, everyone, and God bless. Talk to you again.